What the riffraff is going on, YouTube? Sneaky Shadow here, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a highlight video that I edited from a live stream that actually happened on Facebook, and it's a Infinite Warfare Zombies live stream. And the weird part is that they actually ended up putting this on Facebook for some reason. Like, I didn't even see it, but I actually came across this video from a YouTuber named NoahJ456, which he is a zombies live streamer, and he uploads some of his streams onto YouTube. And if you really are a hardcore zombies fan, then I would recommend you guys to check out his channel, which I will link in the description. And yeah, let's get into the video. So in the beginning of the live stream, they actually start talking about the story and how it all happened. So I will play that part of the stream right now.
Well, the story is we have 4 aspiring actors who show up for an audition for a really eccentric but very well-known director in Hollywood. He's been around for 40 plus years, making some really terrifying, horrible, visceral scenes in movies. He's done things like Murder High and Captain Kill, and of course, the famous Zombies in Spaceland.
Okay.
So when these actors show up, they think it's there for an audition, but it turns out he wants to get a little bit more out of them. So as they sit down in this old movie theater to audition, he says, you know what, let me roll one of my old films for you and kind of get you into character. But he meant quite literally. Suddenly, a vortex opens in the screen, and they're ripped right from their seats into the silver screen. Before they know it, they're in the 1980s. Their clothing has changed, their hair has changed, and they've taken on the persona of the archetypes that our players are going to get to play as.
So David Hasselhoff is also another character that will help you out, and it kind of reminds me of like the Shadow Man. And let's hear more about him.
He is the park's DJ, so he's the man behind the scenes spinning the records.
Right.
He's been here for a long time. No one knows exactly how long, but he's here to lend a helping hand and maybe get his way out of the park along with you.
Right.
If you survive.
So for this next part, they actually start talking about the new things or new features that they've added to this game. So for example, like different roller coasters you can get on, different weapons and what they do, and let's just hear what they have to say about it.
So what can players expect from Zombies in Spaceland?
Well, we brought lots of new things to the table. You know, obviously we got lots of zombies. We got doors you open, you explore the Spaceland theme park. But in the theme park, we have really cool attractions. So we have a roller coaster you can get on. So you can actually ride the roller coaster and shoot targets.
I did that. I did the roller coaster. It's hitting the targets are hard. They were hard for me. You know, the whole thing, just clicking the buttons and doing the thing, trying to hit them.
Yep.
I got a couple of them clowns, though.
Yep. We have the chromosphere, which is like a gravitron, creates a black hole above it when it starts spinning, where you can train like 20-something zombies up into that same black hole. We've got rockets. You can test fire the rockets and get a line of zombies to go into the flames. You know, there's escape velocity, which is like a rocket ride that spins, and so you can get in there, and the zombies get hit by that, and they'll fly hundreds of yards away. There's lots of cool, you know, park attractions that you can use. There's even bumper cars. You can run the zombies through the bumper cars and they'll get smashed.
And the new feature that I actually added to this is tutorial mode, which is, you know, for people who don't know how to play zombies, and it helps you out. But during this part, they show you new gameplay, which I will show you right now.
It's a little bit like pop-up tips that come by, right? So in
so here's the interface. So if you look to the bottom left, you can see your character and your money. And there's also a new thing called tickets, which with these tickets you can buy like weapons. So for example, like you can buy like a freeze gun, all sorts of different types of different weapons that you can buy with these tickets. And also if you look to the right, it shows you your grenades and your ammo, and of course these cards. With these cards, they're basically like bubblegum. So for example, some cards will give you, like, if you get hit by zombies, it will give you money, or some will give you like a random 30-second weapon, and they basically just work like bubblegums.
Go in and play. And you turn on the park. It's like turning on the park.
So in this new screenshot, as you can see on the right, you can see a little thing filling up from the cards, and before it wasn't filled up.
And so it's never in the same place twice.
Okay.
And players can go up to it, pay a small amount of in-game cash, and it spins. And while it randomly spins, gives you a random weapon that it could be something really awesome, like one of the weapons Brian talked about, like the Forge Freeze, but it could also give you something like a pistol. And
in this part, they start talking about the magic wheel, which is basically like the mystery box. And if you pause at a few seconds, which I will pause right now, you can see this intervention. And if I put another picture of a real intervention, I put it on the screen, it looks exactly like the thing. They look exactly the same, and I 100% can confirm here that this is the intervention. Just look at it, it's so similar. Like, I'm so hyped for this game. I can't wait for this game to come out, and let's continue.
You could work at the Lost and Found, and we have the Lost and Found in the park. It's at the front of Spaceland.
Okay. So now that the Lost and Found, if you guys didn't understand it, is basically if you go down and you end up dying, you lose all your stuff, you can go back to the Lost and Found and you can get all your items back for a smaller fee.
And it's whenever you bleed out in the game, you lose your weapons, right?
Right.
And so instead of like having to go rebuy weapons off the wall and re-upgrade them and work through all that again, which is difficult with the 20 zombies around you,
Right.
you could run to the Lost and Found and pay a smaller fee and get your guns back, the guns that you went down with all the buffs and everything that came with them. So that's a cool new feature that we've added to Zombies in Spaceland.
It's like layaway for weapons.
But what I did notice is that this did not give him max ammo. So basically, when he got down, on whatever ammo he had, he's gonna have that same ammo, because as you can see on the bottom right, there's one grenade but there's 0 of the other gadget that he has. So in this part of the live stream, they actually start talking about the fortune cards and they get into detail of what they do and what they are.
That's your fate and fortune cards meter.
Okay.
And so as you spend money in the game, or as you earn money in the game, the meter starts filling. And when it fills all the way up, then you can fire off one of your fate and fortune cards. And fate cards, they're both, fate cards are permanent. You unlock them through progression in Zombies.
Right.
Fortune cards are consumable. You get them through loot. You can use them for one game. You can use them up to 3 times in a game.
Right.
And so they're buffs. They're short-term buffs for the player. They make you more powerful. Some of them will give you a really cool gun for maybe 30 seconds or a minute. Some of them will, like one of them gives you money every time you get hit by a zombie, for instance. Or one of them, if I stand next to Lee, we're stronger together. So what's cool is you can actually stack them. So you can have more than one active at a time.
Right.
And you could have Phoenix up running. You could have the black hole gun out. You could have multiple of these fate and fortune cards up at any one time. And then when you run out of your 5 that you brought into the map, you can go up to one of the fortune tellers in Spaceland, pay a small fee, and he'll refill your hand. And you can do that 3 times in a game. So you could actually use up to 15 cards in one game.
And now there is an ATM, so if I want to give some fucking money to Pablo, now I can just put money into this machine. I can put whatever I want and I can give it to him, and that is fucking awesome. Let's fucking go, boy.
So there's an ATM now, and I can go up and just put $1,000 in it. Lee can put $1,000 in it,
Right.
and they can just sit there. So when somebody does go down and they get back up, they can run over there and get the cash out and be able to buy a gun and get back into the action quicker.
Hey, don't tell.
Finally, we have a way so that not just one person has to buy a door. Now everyone can put in money and pitch in. Let's fucking go, boy.
I was going to say, in addition to that, we also have team door buys.
Word.
So there are key locations that open up and lets players explore the rest of the park. And in this case, no one's saddled with having to pay for the door all by themselves. So let's say the 3 of us are in a game. You can pitch in some money, I can, Brian can, and we can open up the door without anyone collectively spending all of their money.
So this is awesome because this new arcade mode, basically when you go down and you end up dying, there's basically like an Afterlife mode, and you can play games on here and earn tickets, which with these tickets, as you guys heard, you can buy new weapons. And just imagine, I don't know how many tickets you could win, but it's awesome because if you end up going down, you can get a new wonder weapon.
And in the arcade, you can play games. You can play like shoot basketballs. You can play clown tooth, throw the ball knock the teeth down. We have bowling for planets. So there's lots of cool things. And when you play these games, you earn tickets.
Word.
And so as you're kiting the last zombie around, people can be in there playing the different games, earning tickets, and using those tickets to buy really cool weapons like the Forge Freeze, or some of the ticket stands you can get weapons from the future, which are like, the repulsor, weapons that go on your left bumper. So the repulsor, where you can fling zombies just by force pushing them, or Armageddon, where you can drop meteors from the sky and just annihilate everyone.
And when you do bleed out, we want to keep players engaged. So when you die, you end up in this Afterlife arcade, and you can play games in there, which you can earn your way back into the living. So a lot of the same games that you see in the Astrocade are there in the Afterlife arcade. So we want to keep players engaged, not only when they're on the battlefield, but when they've been taken off of it as well.
And for this next part, it's basically like a Q&A, and I'm just going to play the whole Q&A just so you can watch it, because I actually enjoy watching what these developers have to say, and I'm sure you guys will too. But this will be the end of the video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. It really helps out my channel, and thank you guys for watching.
Yo, will it have a ton of Easter eggs?
The park is littered with Easter eggs.
Okay.
We have some complex ones for the really hardcore zombies community. Then we also have some more simple ones that just really offer that moment of success for players that uncover that one little thing.
Okay, cool. So, can we expect some sort of upgrade machine to further enhance our weapons?
Absolutely. The
Okay.
Pack-a-Punch system is definitely in Spaceland. We can't tell you where it is today, but it definitely exists, and you can definitely upgrade your weaponry.
You're not gonna tell her where it is?
No,
Not even a little tease?
no tease.
Okay, all right. I guess he ain't gonna tell us. Hey, look, if it was me, I'd tell you. This is the next question. So, what type of system would the game have? Round-based or challenge-based, similar to Extinction?
It's round-based, right? But we do have challenges. So we have Neil, the challenge robot, that if you activate him, if you find the parts for him, you can activate him, and he will give you challenges. But those challenges will span a wave, of zombies, and they're cool challenges. And it might be like get X number of multi-kills. So shoot 2 guys in the head at once, or jumping kills, or just different explosive kills, different types of challenges that you'll have. And if the team pulls it off, then they'll get tickets, and the tickets can buy cool stuff.
Got you. Here's another question I have. What's the biggest change to gameplay in Infinity Ward's take on zombies?
I'd say probably the biggest change would be, we've got the depth with the Easter eggs like we discussed for the hardcore fans, and we've got the accessibility. So it's, with things like the Afterlife arcade, where you don't just die and go to spectate, you have the chance to earn yourself to come back to life. The Lost and Found, where you can get your weapons back if you've gone down and bled out. And then the more open spaces that we have, it's a little more forgiving, at least early on, for new players. And then, we have the depth of Easter eggs and really cool stuff and unlocks that the better players and the more hardcore players will experience later.
Got you. Can the zombies mode be completed solo?
Absolutely. So we built a solo experience that's just as rich as the multiplayer 4-player experience that you get playing zombies.
Okay.
You can complete all the Easter eggs, see all of the same stuff. It's all in there for the solo player as well as the people that want to get together and play.
Cool. Final question. Are there any zombie-specific reasons to pre-order?
Yeah, we have the Zombies in Spaceland pre-order pack that you'll get. And in that is a really cool animated player card that's unique to this, so that you can show it off to everyone else. We have a cool gun camo that you can use and apply it to any of your weapons. And then we have a rare fortune card pack. So it'll give you a number of like rare, epic fortune cards that you can find.